Oh, hi there. Welcome back to another video. Now, it is very rare for me when recording a video, if I'm linking to other articles, to actually have to physically stop, collect my thoughts, and actually make it into a separate video, because I generally couldn't add it into the second one because I think this needs its own video. But I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here with me on this one. We're going to talk about this horrible person that MrBeast didn't even vet, and I'm completely surprised about it. Now, you kind of think that with MrBeast being as big as who he is, whoever comes on set, you would have you would vet them. You would make sure that you look into if they've done anything. You would hire private investigators, whatever. And I know that if you have maybe 100 people, rather than filming that video, you background check pretty much everyone. And this individual, this fucking piece of shit, has been hired and is also friends with other influencers, which I generally think is absolutely wrong. I don't know if they have distanced themselves, but if I was friends with this person and I saw what they did, they would be gone, and I would not want them anywhere near me or anyone that I knew. This to me is fucking sick. And MrBeast, Jimmy, I know you're probably not watching this. If you do stumble across this, then you need to vet people a lot better, because now I kind of think you hire these people and you don't actually do checks, which now a person like this who we're going to talk about could endanger a lot of people. And if it got really bad, what could happen? What would you do if someone got hurt and it's all down to you? Oh, it's just insane. But what am I talking about? So Rosanna, who was part of one of MrBeast's videos, actually tweeted out and says, "I have received confirmation from 5 verified contestants for the first round of Beast Games. A man named Arman Azadi, I think, we're just going to call him Arman, was allowed to compete. He was previously charged with at least 20 counts of battery, kidnapping, pandering in brackets, pimping, and robbery. He pled guilty to the pimping charge, acknowledging the significant evidence against him. He allegedly also slept near female contestants before being kicked off set for inappropriate behavior. Some of the female contestants confirmed being very uncomfortable around him. He is also friends with Jake Paul and other influencers. Why was there not an adequate background check to catch people like this?" Another tweet she put out, "He has changed his appearance since being in jail. Contestants said that they believe he was in the green team in the group challenge. Multiple people have told me that he allegedly received a lot of camera time and was to be part of the story." Now, if these allegations are true and he is meant to be a big part of this, why the hell haven't you done a background check? Because this is huge. Anyone who has got a huge, big production team, they're going to want to look into all the people. If you're going to be like, yep, that person there is going to be our main person for this story, or at least one of them, you do your background checks. And oh my God, Jimmy has fucking failed. Now, Rosanna actually put this out. And it says, "Police report details alleged crimes by high-end Las Vegas pimp." Here's his photo. Arman was indicted on more than a dozen charges of pandering, kidnapping, battery, and coercion. He is accused of savagely beating and torturing prostitutes. Now, I'm sorry, but that, oh my God, this was written in 2013. Holy fucking shit. No one's talked about this as far as I know. But oh my God, MrBeast should have been background checking all of this. Arman lured women to his prostitution ring with promises of immense wealth, his companionship, and most of all, his protection, Las Vegas police say. But the suspected pimp, who police say earned hundreds of thousands of dollars from sex workers trolling high-priced Las Vegas nightclubs, did little to guard the women who made him rich. Holy fucking shit. Police said Arman used charm to attract women to his business and intimidation to keep them. viciously beating them if they tried to leave. So it continues with, the women agreed, and when Arman didn't set up her appointments, she found her own clients in the city vast nightclub scene. She told police she made more than $20,000 around the busy Halloween weekend last year, not long after becoming a prostitute. But her income soon slowed, and in a few months she grew tired of the lifestyle. It didn't help that Arman was becoming aggressive, constantly demeaned her, she said. When the woman tried to break away, Arman became enraged and drove her to the bank, where he forced her to withdraw $5,000 in brackets tax, she told the police. Like, what the fuck? It's like, oh my god, you're leaving, like, you gotta give me $5,000 tax, that's how I'm getting my money, like, fuck you bitch, and type thing. Like, holy fucking shit, this is fucking horrible, like, literally horrible. This one here as well. She told police Arman bound her hands and trapped her in a walk-in shower, where he ultimately beat her, choked her, and scolded her with hot water. And yet MrBeast let this fucking piece of shit on the fucking set. Arman also placed a towel on her face and sprayed water on her, a form of torture called waterboarding. When she started to black out, he would slap her awake, she said. Arman later dragged the woman to the penthouse balcony and forced her onto the ledge at knife point, she said. He threatened to throw her to her death before dragging her back inside the home and spanking her with a wooden paddle, she said. He then dragged the knife across her body, causing a 5-inch cut on her thigh. Cut and bruises were still visible days later when she met with the detectives. The torture ended after the women offered to get a tattoo in Arman's honor. She said the pimp drove her to the parlor where Arman's name in Farsi was inked on her neck. She later fled that night after Arman left the penthouse for food. Wednesday's raid on Arman's home came more than 4 months later. The raid involved at least 2 condos at Sky Las Vegas. 2 women found at the condo complex confirmed Arman's violent history, police said. One woman said she earned about $50,000 for Arman. The other said she made $100,000. It's unclear whether they were charged with any crime. This is absolutely vile. This is someone who is so fucking evil that decides to fucking beat women, to hurt them, torture them, scar them, mark them, brand them. Like, this is absolutely fucking disgusting. And MrBeast should have definitely fucking background checked this piece of shit, because he is a main character allegedly in the fucking Beast games. And now what? They have to go reshoot it and sweep this under the rug. This is vile. Like, the second they caused any problems whatsoever, they should have been kicked off, rather than be like, oh, we'll wait or whatever. Like, this is fucking horrible. This is also now making me think, hang on a minute, like, who else is on Beast games? Who haven't they vetted? Is this safe? Should Amazon carry on if this is linked in the same way? But literally, why should people continue supporting MrBeast if they're not going to properly background check people? You've also had Jake the Viking, where his brother-in-law was a registered sex offender. It's just really weird why you're not actually checking all of this out. Why aren't you properly vetting? And if you're taking the word of your friend of like, hey, yeah, like, yeah, this person's absolutely fine, or other people are like, yeah, this other guy, like, you know, he's proper sound, he is, then you should be vetting them. This is your company, and all of these things are now coming out, which is now making me think that MrBeast isn't as thorough as he says. And man, there's so much more coming out. Like, I haven't even touched upon some of the other stuff. But dear God, MrBeast needs either to sit down with all these people, his entire team, and work something out, rather than just be like, yeah, that's fine. This is massively fucked up, and this has made me see MrBeast and his company in an entire different light. But I'm going to leave it there. What are your thoughts? Let me know down below in the comments. Yeah, this isn't good whatsoever.